And good morning, it's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and today we're going to be looking at the XFL-1 Arabonita, which became known as the Airacobra. This was an aircraft that actually went in production and fought for the United States in the early months of the war in the Pacific. Was replaced later by P-51s, P-47s, P-38s. This was reputed to be one heck of an aircraft, so long as it stayed within its altitude limits. Uh, and it's one of the more interesting aircraft because of missed opportunities. Actually, this aircraft, when first produced, had a two-stage supercharger in it. And that gave it the ability to reach 390 miles an hour. And this is at the start of the war. As such, clearly classified as a interceptor aircraft. And in its wisdom, the U.S. government thought it was too expensive, went with a one-stage supercharger, and changed the aircraft entirely at that point. And the pilot's name for it was the Iron Dog because it just could not. It was very good at low level, and as a ground attack aircraft, it did not perform well at altitude, which was, of course, a requirement in the Pacific. Um, the Soviet Union, however, became an entirely different story. This aircraft was beloved in the Soviet Union. There were quite a few Soviet aces that got in this aircraft and never wanted to change. And it was so in demand that when they produced the next version, which is the P-63 King Cobra, uh, it was produced and shipped almost solely to the Soviet Union at the time. And the Soviets actually sent experts over to help develop the aircraft and advise on their needs because everybody understood that it was going straight to the Soviet Union. You don't see that kind of cooperation between countries all that often, though I will tell you that between the United States and Great Britain, there was that level of exchange. They got pretty much anything they wanted because they helped us out mightily. Uh, And if you ever wonder just how much they helped us out, radar, jet aircraft engines. Uh, they were the inventors of the carrier light landing system. They were the inventors of the angled flight deck. So, I mean, just tons of things that we got from Great Britain. And in return, we helped them develop it and produce it. And we did everything we could to pay back that debt. Uh, of course, they were getting things like free aircraft carriers, and escort aircraft carriers, and we as lend-lease sent them free P-51s, and so there was a debt that was well paid. Okay, so again, as this game proceeds in World of Warcraft, I've seen it in action. I don't know much about it personally. We're going to find out together. Now, it's going to be kind of interesting because the Oldsmobile 37 millimeter was one heck of a cannon, but it was rather slow firing. And I suspect they're going to be able to reproduce that here.
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
All right, they're wanting to go to this other location. We're going to do that. Do what I can to guard our ground attack aircraft. We'll Hit the Alt key here. Get ready to proceed. I like the speed of this. It comes around pretty quickly. How maneuverable it is, we'll find out when we get into combat. So you can tell I'm uploading even as we speak. I do not want to be Bowfighter Chow, and that looks like exactly what that guy has in mind. And we don't like that idea. I did not tell him he could use me as a target. Well, that answers the firepower question pretty darn good, actually. Let's see where we can help out. BF-109E. Come back up around. Maneuverability in this aircraft is excellent. I don't know that you can compete with a zero. I would hope not. That wouldn't be historically accurate. But we'll find out. Might be good for me, but will offend the historian in me. And I see the fine fellow has helped us out by shooting down one of our teammates. I'm really not happy about that. And the fellow outshot me in a turn. Not happy about that either. But I can obviously outturn him. Alright. Now, this is just out of curiosity on my part. If you got that big 37, might be okay for ground attack. I don't know that, but we're not going to be able to explore that much. You do not want to get in front of a Blenheim or any other heavy fighter if you can avoid it. Doesn't pay off very well. See that? Mr. Boomerang doesn't like him being there either. And we have a ground attack aircraft coming in. Very strange choice to come in high like that. Now, that's okay. They took care of our target for us. And this plane is totally free if you have the codes. I will put them into the link here, and it's only going to be for a few days, so I strongly suggest you take advantage of it. I may shift around my production schedule so you can see these codes, so you don't blame me. And if you guys can forgive me, I may actually put it in today so that you guys can take advantage of this. This is just an awfully fun aircraft.
We have complete control of the skies. Way to go.
It's fun with the tracers. You can actually see where your bullets are going. Oh my. We probably are not going to get back in before this is over. But we'll try. And now I'm just looking for the quickest fight I can find, because at this rate, we're not going to be around in the game much longer. So if I get a little crazy, that's why.
Victory is close.
This is a very, very, very fun fighter. Okay? You're going to have a lot of fun with this. Firepower is effective, highly maneuverable. It can really make the dreaded bow fighter sorry that it got anywhere near you.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
You did pretty good in that. Go back to the hangar, we'll take a look at, and then we'll take a closer examination of the aircraft. All right, we shot down 3, assisted with 4, say 7 aircraft. Then captured 1 sector. Actually, even did a little damage to the to some anti-aircraft battery. So, a lot of good silver here, a lot of good experience. Now you will have to spend some gold to get that out of it, but I've heard complaints about you have to spend money on. Look, folks, with all the stuff that goes on with EA and Bungie, those are AAA games. You pay 50, 60, 70 bucks for a game. I don't expect to have to pay anything else. So pay for, microtransactions and that sort of stuff. This game is free. Absolutely free. So if you have to spend a little gold now and then, don't complain. You've got one heck of a game here with one heck of an inventory. They're giving you planes, for God's sakes. Throwing a few bucks their way doesn't hurt anybody, right? So totally different model. So do not complain to me that you're having to spend a little gold now and again. I don't have a lot of patience for it. Okay, so this is a very fun aircraft. Did very well in it. It's certainly competitive at its tier. It's just, by the way, that is a tier 5 if I haven't mentioned that yet. All right, maneuverability is going to, it's not going to be in Hayabusa, KI-43 or the A6M series, but it's not far off of it either. It really isn't. You put a lightweight airframe on this, and then you throw in the control surfaces upgrades on this. You might even surprise them. It's that close. The gun armament is excellent. 246. Again, this is measured by tier. Right around you're going to maximize your firepower right around 14.4, and 1706 is your max. Most of your firepower is coming from your hub-mounted 37 millimeter, which would be pretty vicious. So there you go. This is going to be fun. This feels right. You're going to end up spending a lot of time in the aircraft, and the price is great. It's free. 100% free. I'll put the codes in. In fact, I'm going to ask everybody's forgiveness, and I hope it's okay. And if it's not, you need to tell me. You guys dictate how I run this channel. All right, I don't do this for me. I do this for you. But with your, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ask forgiveness instead of permission. But I'm going to go ahead and publish this today so you can get the codes out. So you can get the free, and there are a total of 5 planes available. A T2, a Spitfire, this, an S100. Oh, I even forget what the other one is. Yeah, the Falcon 56 is your T2. The Spitfire 1A is available. The SE-100 is available. Maybe it's just 4. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. And you're getting all this for free. I'm going to say, well, the IL-2. So there's 5 aircraft that you get. This is spectacular. And I'm going to take the time to thank World of Warplanes for doing this, and you should too. And I'm serious. They're not paying me a dime, by the way. But when a company gets that generous, and I'm sure a lot of it's got to do with upping their numbers, which they need, but still, this is very generous of World of Warplanes. I'm going to thank them. I would urge you to thank them too. All right, that'll take care of it. If you liked the video, let me know. If you didn't like the video, let me know that too. We're not going to get better if we don't know what you like and dislike. And we'll see you tomorrow. Please remember to subscribe. This is and there will not be a video tomorrow. This is going to replace it. All right? Okay. So, no complaining to me about the one for tomorrow, but if you don't want me to do this sort of thing again when I get great information or there's a freebie out there, then you tell me, okay? Okay. Thanks a lot now, and we'll talk to you soon.